put some baking soda. I'm sorry, pods that they sell at Walmart, bro. That are like $7 each or whatever.
Okay.
I dumped like 8 of them in the box, sealed the box with the air, bro. Left it there,
Was that for like
and so
moisture or what? Or like the
and so
smell or smoke?
it's a deodorizer, bro. So it absorbs the smell, and then it gets activated with moisture. So what I did was I poured water on the boxes, and then that activated the moisture thing to fucking do it. And they're all in pop protectors. Like I always have my pops in pop protectors, and believe it or not, bro, it actually got rid of the smell.
Did it really?
Yeah, so I was telling like Ramsey and Johnny, a lot of the business owners, like, hey man, if God forbid this happens to you guys, I know the formula. If I could tell you
You
that shit
got
right
it.
now.
You're like, I got you guys. Anytime you need it, I can fucking tell you exactly what you need to do.
But
That's
I mean,
fucking crazy,
it
man.
was fun, bro. I mean, Comic Con, a lot of people were asking about it. Like they were like, "Hey, I don't want to offend you, but is your place still burned down?" I'm like, "Well, they didn't rebuild it in 2 days, bro." The fuck can we tell you?
Get it rebuild it in 2 days. That's funny. How
But
much
I mean,
out of all your material and collectibles and stuff, like what are we looking at damages done to products, and what would you think
uh,
it's like money wise?
I think money wise, I maybe lost like $800 because of the promo shirts and
Okay.
then the autographed jerseys.
Yeah, because that like clothing wise, that shit's pretty much ruined, right?
Yeah, I can't press a fucking jersey, but I'm gonna lose a signature. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that fuck, dude, that sucks, bro.
But
That
everything
sucks
else
a
is
lot.
recovered. But it's all good. It's a learning lesson, bro. I was talking to my landlord and he's like, "You want to go somewhere else?" I understand. I said, "Look, bro, I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna do, but this is a good time off, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying it. You know,
Yeah, of course. But
I
like,
bought a
but being like that, you're a person that is working specifically on this project and trying to make it into something that's bigger. Like, isn't this kind of hard to be like off for so long? Or are you kind of like working out of home? Or are you doing like a lot of like the what's up? Or how are you trying to like manage around this to try to still keep your business afloat?
bro. I've just been doing so this week. I've been sick, but I
For
bought
sure.
some comic books at Comic Con, bro.
Mhm.
Basically like 700 books. So I'm just going through those, pricing those. I'll post them up hopefully
Okay.
by the end of next week. I mean, I'm still gonna post and stuff and meet up people if I have to. I have some job interviews lined up because I was looking for a job previous to this.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, yeah, so if it turns out cool and people come, it's cool. If they don't, I mean, it is what it is. But 5 weeks out, bro, I'm gonna know how loyal my customers are. Cause I mean, transparency, bro. I was only making like maybe 2,500 most a month. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's pretty.
So
It's
twenty five
mid.
hundred dollars a month with 400 overhead plus my pay. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's not bad. And then whatever I reinvest it, because I buy more comics because comics have margin and people will buy more comics.
Okay.
Funko's not so much, but I mean, I literally have boxes of comics that I hadn't gone through, and I was kind of just recirculating the same post. What I'm trying to do is like post content daily, like even if it's just me like going to garage sales and shit.
Okay.
So like I might do some of that stuff just to do something, bro. Like you know how I did the interviews during Comic Con or whatever.
Mhm.
Like just do something to so that I'm still, I'm still working, guys. I'm still here, But
Yeah, yeah. Just trying to stay relevant and stuff.
I'm
Trying
like,
to
I promise
stay.
I'm not shut down yet.
Yeah, no kidding. So what are we looking at in the sense of you returning? Are you still kind of like up in the air, or is there like a certain time frame that you're giving yourself, maybe a little bit of time off? That's what I'm kind of doing with this shit. Like after not working with this company anymore, I was kind of like, hey, you know what? Like I'll go back to looking for something Monday. You know what I mean? I already have a meeting lined up with another person that wants to start a production team, and he has some really great equipment that we're going to sit down and kind of get into it. And he's like, hey man, I have the funds that we could get this thing started. And I'm like, okay, dude, like, I'm 100%. I'm going to find a good, like-minded individual, someone that's got vision. This is probably like the weirdest thing. I'm always talking about people standing on accountability and fucking, standing up for and like, accepting like when they do fuck ups or when they try to ruin something good. Like that's what I kind of learned from this last experience. It's like I want the valley to do better because I feel like I hate when I hear people say like, "Oh, the valley's 10 years behind." Like the valley's 10 years behind. The valley's it's like, well, fucking get with the program, bro. Like, it's not like we're disconnected from the United States or we're fucking, Cuba or some shit or Alaska. We're a part of. We're literally like 2 hours south of Corpus, 4 hours south of San Antonio, and we have South Padre Island, which has been one of the biggest, South spring break, places in the world. The only thing that keeps us 10 years behind is the idiocracy and the stupidity of the people that live here. It's just what it is. So like if they don't want it to grow, they're gonna keep it down so that way other people cannot let it grow. Like I want this fucking place to be, I want it to be like a fucking not a 10-year behind place. You know what I mean? I want it to be like I don't give a fuck if we're like right there. I don't want like fucking I don't know Elon Musk to like make fucking babies with wires coming out of their heads or some shit. Like I'm not talking about that, but I'm just talking about like just I don't being modern, like being modern, being more educated with technology and modern shit. I don't know how to explain it. It's super weird, man. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel you, bro. I mean, definitely like, and obviously, like for me, like I'm gonna wait the 5 weeks, and then because my brother's like, fuck it, just cut your overhead some more, which I don't mind. But I mean, the location it gives me a peace of mind. Like all my stuff is there. It gives me a place to do things a little more organized, even though I'm a messy motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
But we'll see. I mean, hopefully it's less than 5 weeks, but I'm gonna give it the 5 week period, bro. I'm still gonna hustle. I'm still gonna do my thing. I'm probably gonna focus more on content, to be honest.
Good shit.
Just because I feel like that's where I kind of dropped the ball. That's where I was the weakest. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
But again, like the valley, bro, like I'm telling you, man, like even if you were to make content, it'd be hard as fuck to kind of get up there and somehow.
hey, bro, as long as you subscribe, bro, I'm fine.
Let me ask you something about that. And in the factor of creating content and stuff, do you think with the way the Valley's mentality is when it comes to technology and stuff and the growth effort and stuff, if you're not like blessed with the privilege of being like super hot or like really, really dedicated to being like in shape at the moment or like having some kind of crazy like privilege, do you think putting money into your social media is probably the best thing you can do with like at very beginning, like, hey, don't hesitate to start putting cash into it like right now, because if you're doing the long run and you're not, it's going to be really hard because you're lacking all the other cool shit that everybody, it's like you don't have a Bentley, we're not like 6'2", weighing 135 pounds with abs and the chest or real pretty shit, like, so do we need to be putting money into it because we feel that our content is at least somewhat entertaining?
I don't know, bro. Like, you want to have good content. Like, obviously, like if I'm buying like microphones or lavaliers, I'm gonna go rodeo, or roadie brands. Just invest in it for the 5 year plan because you might not make it to the 10 year plan. You know what I mean?
Got it.
But I think aesthetics does play a role. You have to kind of look the part. It's funny because me and Ashley were talking about. I was like, man, I would love to just have someone else's face there, and I just put this shit together. You know what I mean?
Miguel in the comments is like, well, I'm fat and pretty, dude. Like, yeah, dude, you gotta have, and that's too. Like, if you're funny, you're a trifecta, man. You know what I mean? If you're fat, funny, and pretty, dude, you got it, man.
Shit, you got a free dinner, bro.
Yeah, I used to remember when I used to do stand up comedy, and we used to always joke, me and Raymond, and we used to say like, if you're fat, you're funny. It's just what it is. You have to be fat. If you're skinny and in shape, it's so hard to be a comedian, dude. Like it's so hard. But yeah, I'll never forget that. That was just super funny to me. But yeah. But yeah, I think spending money on social media at the very beginning, if you don't have those kind of privileges, then yeah, you got to make it work, man.
Yeah, definitely.
20 bucks is 20 bucks, man.
What are you gonna do with this new direction? You're gonna focus just on small businesses, or what do you want to do?
Um, it's a good point, man, because every day nowadays, a dude buys a camera and they think they know some shit just because they put money into it and they lack vision. And that's probably like the biggest thing is, I witnessed it a couple of, just a while back where people were like, oh, well, if I invest a lot of money into this, like buying gear and buying fucking lights and all this other stuff, then that 100% means my production is going to go up. And it's like, bitch, no, that's a tool. If you don't know how to use that tool correctly, you're going to fuck it up still. Like you're just going to spend a lot of money and just still be shit. You know what I mean? You have to educate yourself on the skill so that way you can use it correctly. It's like that AI stuff. Like everybody's out there being like, oh, AI is so cool. It's going to be this, that. But if you don't know how to use it as a tool, you're just going to get walked over. You're just a dude that's beta testing it for all the people that are going to actually use it for reals. You know what I mean? So, and those AIs are going to take that dude's job. You know what I mean? And then he's going to find some other way to fucking scam his way into it. But yeah, like it's one of those things like you have to, like for us, it's one of those things like we have equipment. We've had it over the years and we're just going to put our brains together. And it's one of those things like, while I was doing this job, since I wasn't compensated for my actual skills, all I was doing was going there and being like, well, I'm going to treat this like 8 hours of training. So I'm going to research other concepts and other ideas, and I'm going to try to replicate that, or at least the technique that they're using, and then put it into my stuff. and I was able to accomplish a lot in a short period of time. I was able to accomplish a lot in a short period of time. That's to me that's what really matters.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like me leaving and or whatnot from this company, like I feel like since I was undercompensated for my skill, and I was talking to other people who were in the same genre of work, and they were like, "Wow, dude, you're fucking working for pennies and dimes, dude. I don't even know what you're doing." I had an idea that I thought it was going to work, and it didn't work. So, but at least I left with at least some better experience and better knowledge that I can go into take into the next job. That's really all that matters to me. So that's it. Yeah, that's it. Fuck the haters, or I don't know what people say nowadays.
It's fuck them kids, bro.
Yeah, fuck them kids. Yeah, fuck them
Kids, bro.
kids.
Fuck them kids, bro. You play childish games, you win childish prizes, bro.
Yeah. Play
So,
stupid game, win stupid prizes. That's right.
right, bro. Shit. No, that's good, bro. What's it called? But I feel you, bro. Because honestly, like the Valley needs to understand that anybody can create content, bro. But it's not fucking 2020. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like we're going into 2025. We're practically halfway through the year, bro. You know,
Yeah, no kidding, man.
like what do you have to show for it? You know, like what skills did you learn? What lessons have you learned so far that you're gonna apply for the next 6 months?
Yep.
You know, I fucking learned about fucking making sure I actually pay my business insurance. No
Oh
fucking
yeah, no shit, right?
yeah, no shit, bro. I was like, I don't need that shit. I'm not gonna fucking pay it. Bam, fuck me. You
Yeah,
know,
fucking building burns down.
yeah. I
That's
was
crazy.
like, all right, God, I hear you. Pay the fucking bills. Got it. You know, like 10-4.
That's crazy. Hey, you know what? As a matter of fact, something way off subject. Did you hear about them overturning Harvey Weinstein's case?
No.
Yeah, dude, like apparently like yesterday. You can check it up. I don't know if you want to look it up on Google, but apparently like they overturned Harvey Weinstein's case from being like a rapist to him just being misunderstood, or I don't know. Like I don't even know what it is, but like you didn't hear about this? To me it's
No.
one of those things like you would assume that it was such a huge thing because of like the female marches and the women's marches and the Me Too movement that this shit would get covered everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it's so under the radar that a lot of people don't know that Harvey Weinstein, the guy that was the literal like antithesis to the Me Too movement, the guy that pretty much started it all, and a bunch of women in Hollywood came out and was like, "This guy's a rapist and a huge piece of shit." Overturned. Now he's back to being a normal dude. Normal dude. How do you feel about this? I still think he's a piece of shit, but yeah.
No. What is it? Fucking Miguel? But he has the money, of course. That's what happened.
Yeah, true that. True that.
I don't know. I think just with everything going on, bro, like with the whole P Diddy bullshit and all this other stuff that's been
Yeah,
coming out
whatever
there.
happened to that guy, man?
Yeah, bro. I think it's just the prime time just to like unfold all the bullshit, bro. You know?
Yep. I tell people all the time, it's like it's real crazy. They caught that Andrew Tate guy because of some pizza shit, that everybody was thinking that, oh fuck, he was all missing in Romania, living at his own fucking house. And it took a fucking pizza box for the Romanian police to fucking bust him or whatever, or him arguing with Greta, whatever, fucking Grutenberg or whatever.
Yeah, whatever the fuck, yeah.
But fucking P Diddy out there with a 11 or 12-inch cock is, they can't find him. He just flew to another country and now he's just out there just, in Dubai or wherever the fuck he is. But they're going to make it seem like they can't, like there's no UN or there's no fucking, what's that shit called?
The extradition.
Yeah, like there's nothing like that they can't find him in another country, that they're not going to find P Diddy in another fucking, come on, man, bro. Like, it's trash. It goes all the way back to that weird guy in his island and all that shit, dude.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And what's it called? To get back into the nerd shit, bro. What'd you think about the new release for Cobra Kai, bro?
I'm excited. I mean, I think the Cobra Kai idea is really, really fun. I thought it was really cool. Like, it used to be, I don't know if you remember this, but like, fuck, 2015, 2016, there were posts about it and they were talking about how like, like Daniel Russo was actually the villain of Karate Kid.
Did
And
you
it was
watch
like,
it when it was on Netflix or no? Or when it was on YouTube?
it was like a fan theory, right? Or something?
So like no. Like they had the fan theory one, but Cobra Kai originally was released on YouTube before Netflix picked it up.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yes, I watched it on YouTube first. Is why I bought YouTube Premium, bro, was to watch Cobra Kai.
That's funny. That was during the scare PewDiePie and all that stuff.
100%, bro.
Dude, I just remember there being a fan theory and a really big like almost like an online what is it like an essay telling people like, hey, you know what, like Daniel Russo is actually the villain. Like this guy moved to a new school because his mom was, you know, having trouble, financial issues, and they needed to move to a new city or whatever. Um, Joins the school, finds a guy and a girl, and that girl is going through some personal issues with her boyfriend, not broken up with yet, right? They're just having issues. And then this guy, Daniel Russo, notices and starts swooping in when she's going through like a whole breakup. And then the boyfriend at the time was still the boyfriend, which is the Lawrence guy, right? Johnny Lawrence, or what's his name? Jumps Daniel Russo for trying to swoop in on his chick, right? And then all of a sudden he comes in, beats up Daniel Russo. The chick gets mad. They have a huge like falling out, not breakup, maybe breakup, but like then she sides with Daniel Russo. And then later on, Daniel Russo's like, I think he gets jumped by him and his friends because, you know, I mean, this guy came in and took his girlfriend or whatever. You know what I mean? The whole problem was they were already in issues, and now they fucking, you know, he ruined the whole thing and got him to break up, and they jump his ass, whatever. It's just over and over again. Then he joins a karate school, runs into the same guy, and later on, you know, it ends up being he learns karate and beats the dude up that he took the girlfriend of, and then the girlfriend leaves that dude, comes to Daniel Russo, and at the end of the thing, Johnny Lawrence still shakes his hand and raises his hand and gets his ass kicked by his instructor outside.
Yep.
Like, it's a fucking, that's the 80s were weird, man. It's a weird motherfucking time
It
to be
was a
alive.
fucking weird time, bro.
Yeah, it's a weird motherfucking time.
Nah,
Yeah, but
bro. That was I remember seeing that theory, bro, that he was the fucking bully, and then you really think about it, you're like, wait, hold the fuck
yeah,
on.
he really was, dude.
He really
He
was.
really was. He was a fucking puto, dude. Like he was a fucking maricon. He went in there and fucked it all up for him. That Johnny guy was just having a rough time. They didn't even say what he did. He was just being a douche or a jerk or whatever he was. He was all excited because he won his Karate Kid fight or whatever. Like, leave the guy alone. Let him fucking be his own thing, man. I don't know. I really dig it. I like the return to it, and I like the series. I'm so excited to see the season finale. All the wackiness and all the craziness, and you know, just I don't know. It's like a good sitcom, man. It really is. So, what about you? I know you're like a huge fucking fan of this shit.
No, bro. I fucking love fucking Cobra Kai. I think it's cool. I think it's awesome. 15 episodes. They're gonna go into the new movie and shit, which I think got delayed recently. But I just wanted to end good, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if
Stick
it
the
ended
landing.
like garbage, bro, I'm about to be on this podcast, your podcast, and every other fucking podcast and ripping that bitch apart, bro.
That's funny.
I'm about to be that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, they need to stick the landing correctly. I hope they don't, because that's the thing. Like over the past couple of like the last couple of episodes or like the last season or two, like it kind of gets a little bit silly. There's a lot of silliness. Like they made that original sensei. I forgot his name.
Fucking
The
Crease, bro.
Yeah,
Crease.
Kreese, right?
Yeah.
They made him like the Akuma of the series. Like for some reason, like he can just straight up walk out of prisons and punch holes in walls, and like nothing can hold him down. It's starting to turn into like an intro of Tekken. I don't know if you've ever like spent time to see like the way the video game is. There's a Tekken 7. There's a part where Heihachi Mishima, he's the main villain or main like anti-hero of the series. He does have his grounds in the game, but he's going up like an industrial elevator. And there's like soldiers around him shooting guns, and he's just standing there. He's not even like he's not doing anything, you know. But they're bullets, bro. Like he's a human guy. And someone shoots a rocket, and he like karate kicks it out of the way, like a literal like bazooka fires around, and he like just like get out of here, bitch. Like it's almost at that nature where these characters are, because it's so silly, but it's so worth it. So worth it. That like a samurai like sword fight in water with fire like the last time. There's ninjas and shit. Like what the fuck? Dude, it's crazy. It's, you know what it reminds me of? It literally reminds me of every like 90s karate school, like the way it's supposed to be, but like the way those karate instructors thought their lives actually were. Like, you know what I mean? Like that they were part of the Quest movies and blood sports, and they would train and carry like knives with them all the time in case ninjas attack them. And yeah, it was like that, like the American Ninja movie series back in the day.
That's fucking great, bro.
Yeah, that's
I
what it
didn't think
reminds me
about
of.
that. That's fucking true though.
It's so weird. Like if you ever go back and watch like the old school martial arts movies that Americans made, where the American characters go into the Japanese culture. They're all dumb as fuck, dude. Like they're so fucking bad. The one that always made me laugh was that the American ninja movies. Because you always had guys in ninja costumes, and they would be like the black ninja costume, and then there'd be like a white ninja costume, and then there'd be like a bright fucking red and a bright green and a bright yellow, and you're like, how do these fuckers hide like in the shadows if they're wearing like rainbow colors like that? Those are real bright, dude.
Fucking Power Rangers.
Yeah, dude, I'm not even kidding. And then they'd be like attacking, they'd be fighting at the end, and it never fails that the main guy is somewhat of a ninja, but he was like a marine, or he's in the fucking army and he's wearing like ninja fatigues, and then like a really big black dude would come out with like an afro and a bandana on, and he would be doing kung fu or ninja shit too. Like he was also a ninja, but like they would all be like ninjas in broad daylight standing on 18 wheelers, and you're like, why, motherfucker? Like, why does that make sense to the ninja culture, guys? Culture vultures, man. I don't know. It's too funny. I go back and watch that shit. I still laugh. But yeah, man. Cobra Kai is it's a baller, man. I can't wait for the finale. What do you think is gonna happen,
bro? It better not Soprano it, bro. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. I don't want no fade the black screen shit.
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Explain.
Like in the Sopranos, bro. My oldest brother, would always watch the Sopranos, and I never really watched it. I played the game though. And he was all pissed off because the way they ended it, they were like at a dining room table, and it just fades to black, like
ooh, that's not good.
Hanging. So I told my brother and everybody, like, it better not fade to black, bro, because if it fades to black, I'm gonna fucking throw a fit, bro.
You're just gonna get mad.
Like, awesome. I wonder like there be an explosion and they all die or some bullshit, you know? Like, fuck, bro.
That'd be fucking funny. They just all what? Did they just all die in an explosion?
Yeah, fuck yeah, bro. I'll take that shit up any day, bro. Like a fucking Mr. Beast video where he does explosion at the end. Fuck it, you know?
That's so funny, dude. What would be, in your opinion? I know you said that the movie is gonna casually kind of bleed into the movie, and in the movie, what they're finally doing is they're bringing together the Karate Kid that had Jackie Chan and Will Smith and all this other stuff. And that was actually a lot of people complaining because it was a Kung Fu Kid. He wasn't even doing Japanese karate anymore. He was doing Chinese Kung Fu, which, I mean, yes, it is Kung Fu and it comes from China, but at the same time, like, I think the word karate is kind of like this just generalized idea for like any martial arts. So people aren't going to really like, unless you're going to be a stickler, you know what I mean? Like, unless you're going to be a stickler about it, I think people would kind of like call it out, but it's a kid's film. Like you can kind of like chill out with it. But, what do you think's going to happen, man? Because that's kind of a weird thing for them to be like, they're doing all this shit in the All Valley tournament, and then all of a sudden fucking the national wushu champion of, you know, fucking 2024 shows up with a grown ass, you know, fucking Will Smith's son. Will Smith just slapping motherfuckers in the crowd. Jackie Chan doing fucking karate kicks or whatever. Everybody like, what do you think is gonna happen, man? I don't understand how they're gonna combine them. That's what I'm kind of like. Oh shit.
I'm a big fan, bro, of Rocky 1 where he loses, bro. I hope they lose.
Oh.
I hope they go through all that, they lose, and then it's just one big cliffhanger. Boom, done.
You know what I think is supposed to be what the movie's gonna happen?
What's up?
Is so in the martial arts community, it's always been like the Karate Kid movie. Like that's what's so funny is like a lot of that shit is like tropes of what actually happens like in karate schools and them going to tournaments. Even the idea of them doing an All Valley tournament and you being like, bro, that's just a basketball court. Chill your ass off. Like it's not anything, like it's not the Olympics. You know what I mean? It's just a fucking local basketball scene or whatever. There was a time, like I would say like maybe early 2000s, 2005, 2015.
Right.
Rocky where they were word up. Rocky 4 is the best. Absolutely correct, my man. Where you started having like a mixture of like at the martial arts tournaments, because they're open, they're called open tournaments. Anyone can join, but you just have to when you compete, you have to stick to the rules, which is like no, there's certain types of strikes you cannot do. The forms, when you jump into open forms, they could do the traditional form with no music, with music, without music, or whatever the fuck, but it has to just be in that format. And there was a moment that kung fu schools and wushu schools started joining those tournaments, and they would come in and they would fucking dominate because of the fact that the tournaments, their forms are so pretty. Like they were just so flamboyant and had a lot of gymnastics to it. This is right before like tricking was a thing in XMA, which is like Taylor Lautner from from Twilight. You know that fucking martial arts shit that he did where he would do flips and all this shit when he was a kid. That was XMA. Like that was tricking and all this other stuff. That was kind of inspired by like the wushu scene back in the day. But the wushu was like in the Olympics, man. You know what I mean? Like, you can't fuck around with that. You can't take that to a fucking. You can't grab a bunch of kids that are in the Olympics and then fucking put them in a kids basketball tournament like at the Boys and Girls Club and expect them not to fucking dominate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and when that happened, it turned into like a big rivalry where a lot of the Taekwondo guys or karate guys wanted to beat the trickers and the wushu guys. So maybe that's how Jackie Chan kind of pulls off in this. He ends up being that one actual Asian dude that comes and has a martial arts class instead of just a bunch of white dudes that have martial arts schools. So yeah, man, it's crazy. I hope it does. I you know, knowing that we're finally gonna get an original Karate Kid to the Asian Jackie Chan Karate Kid, kind of excited. I want to see how they're gonna introduce like maybe Sammo Young, maybe Yun Bao, who are all dudes from back in the day with Jackie Chan. You know, this might end up turning out to be something really fun. You might get like Don the Dragon Wilson, you know, you might get Cynthia Rothrock or some of the guys, even Ernie Reyes Jr. from the Ninja Turtle movies, like in Surf Ninjas and all that shit. My biggest thing was, can you imagine? This was like my biggest like hope, right? Like, can you imagine if they found a way to bring in like Bolo Young from Bloodsport, and then you get Jackie Chan later, and like, do you know what I mean? Like, there is like you have a bunch of like the Expendables version of all the martial arts guys from back in the day. Fuck, even Dolph Lundgren was in
and
even
Chuck
he was in
Norris
one. Huh?
and then Chuck Norris shows up.
Yeah, you see, like there's so much potential for there to be so much going on in this because of the fact that it just started from Karate Kid. Like that's just so cool because sooner or later it's gonna be Tilda Sweeney or what's that girl's name? The one that was in $1 Million Baby who was in Karate Kid 3.
Oh fucking I forgot her fucking name.
Yeah, like she was there, and then she does the boxing movie, right? Right, which was $1 Million Baby. I'll type it in.
Fucking Three Ninjas, bro. Do you remember Three Ninjas? Shit.
Clint Eastwood, right? He was in the Hilary Swank. Hilary Swank. Yeah, Hilary Swank. Who in this movie, then you get Morgan Freeman. You know what I mean? And you just like 7 Degrees to Kevin Bacon, all of this stuff. You know what I mean? And just start bringing in all these random characters. That'd be so cool, man. Brian D in the comment section. My boy, man. My boy.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
That'd be so, I don't know. I'm really excited because there's just so much potential. Just so much potential for what they're going to do. Because we're going to get the Netflix season to come to a finale. And then right after that, we're getting a movie. And if it ends up hitting so hard in the movies, we get a trilogy. Like, because most movies want to hit a trilogy. That would be like, man.
Fucking Karate Kid in space. Fucking Karate Kid 10.
Karate Kid 10, dude. Like Jason 10. Like, oh, that would be fucking awesome, man. And then not only that, like, there's a giant promotion right now called Karate Combat. That's on the rise right now, and there's a possibility that what if they do it like you know, one of the kids ends up like Hawks or the main kid or Miguel's character like grow up and they end up getting into like that type of combat, and then they go off and they do like a whole entire like version of Karate Kid but based on like the karate MMA world. And then he has to fight like Muay Thai guys. They just did a huge karate versus Muay Thai. And then that's where he runs into like Van Damme, like from Bloodsport or the Quest or whatever the fuck. All of those movies back. There's so much, bro. There's so much. There's so much potential, man. Damn, that is so fucking rad, dude. If they go that way. God, that's so exciting. All right, I'm a digress. I'm a digress from this. But
the multiverse of Cobra Kai, bro.
Dude, you know what I mean? Like, oh no, man. Oh no. That'd be cool. I would really be. Shot in the dark, right? Shot in the fuck. You look at Miguel's like, damn, Chris, you got a huge imagination. Yeah, Shot in the dark. They do an episode or they do one of the movies, and since Dolph Lundgren was really big in the karate scene way back in the day, right? Dolph Lundgren is from the Expendables. He's the big guy. He was in what was that movie? I don't know. He was in a movie with Brandon Lee. Right.
Oh, Brandon Lee.
That was like it was like a Chinatown or something like that. I forgot what it was called, but it was Dolph Lundgren and Brandon Lee, and they did really really well in that film, like that, right? So let's say they bring Dolph Lundgren, and you can make him like casually the Draco character, the Drago character from Rocky. And then all of a sudden you got this opportunity to be like, you have Rocky Balboa in the same universe. Like, dude, man, like
Bro,
that
like
would be
Super Smash Brothers, bro.
of Karate Kid. Yeah. The
Karate
Super
Kid.
Smash Brothers of all the karate movies of the 80s, dude. Because you had Best of the Best, you had Billy Blanks, you had Richard Norton, who was another guy that did a lot of movies back then. The guy from Best of the Best still just did a thing with Billy Blanks, because Billy Blanks, I don't know if you remember Billy Blanks.
No.
Billy Blanks was this like huge badass martial arts guy from back in the day, made this movie called Best of the Best. In Best of the Best 1, Van Damme was the villain. King of the Kickboxers, he was also in that too. Like it was during the whole Jackie Chan time. Steven Seagal, bro. You can bring in Steven Seagal into all this, man. I don't know. I'm wilding, man. I'm really wilding. I gotta get off my drugs, dude. I gotta get off my drugs. That's really what it is.
Jesus, that's fucking great though. The fucking multiverse, bro. That'd be fucking great.
I'm excited. You get a trilogy, we're gonna make it happen. We are gonna make it fucking happen.
Go back to fucking fighting aliens in space and shit.
Well, I don't maybe. Right. No, I really doubt it.
Space Jam the Third.
That'd be funny though. Nah, what else we got, man? What else we got?
Well, multiverse, bro. Deadpool movie, bro. Deadpool 3.
Fuck, segue, baby, segue,
coming, bro. It's fucking coming.
Yo, I think, yeah. Bobby Boucher, you had it, Bobby Boucher. I got to talk to Brian about this on the week, right? And I got to talk to Nico. Nico was there with us too, and the question was, straight up, no bullshit: does Deadpool save the Marvel universe?
Bro, we had that discussion, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now that we've kind of like, because there's a lot more shit that keeps dropping every time. Like every week, there's just some more crazier shit. So we just got confirmation. Well, not confirmation, but there is a leak from a pretty reputable online personality that said that I think Miss Marvel, no, Peggy Carter is going to be coming out in Captain America's movie with the Falcon. Yeah, Peggy Carter. That she's gonna come in as Captain Carter, the one from the What If series. Yeah, and that she's going to be Captain America going through into the Secret Wars. Again, though, this is me always complaining about shit, saying, well, why did you even attempt to make or give the idea of the Falcon being the new Captain America if you were just gonna fucking
hand that shit over?
Yeah, play backsies when another psych. Yeah, psych. Just kidding, bud. I was always against it. I was very particular because Anthony Mackie did an amazing job as the Falcon, and the Falcon has always been an original black character in the Marvel universe. And I thought he raised that character's personality and potential up a lot. And Marvel, as a company, didn't believe that a black character could carry the name, could not carry the franchise. So them being pieces of shit, them being pieces of shit made that decision. And they were like, well, if I don't believe in the Falcon, then let's just rename him after the white character that does. Yeah. Straight up. And prove me wrong. You know what I mean? Because when Captain America came back, he was fighting fucking aliens and fighting the King in Black and fighting all this other stuff. The Falcon, when he became Captain America, all he was doing was fighting racism. Yeah, bro, that's trash, bro. Trash.
Well, I mean, they can't fucking do racist movies, bro. That's the fucking thing with Hollywood, you know?
Yeah, well, the companies are already enough of that already.
Well, no shit, they're past that fucking time. That shit might have worked out in the early fucking 70s and 80s and shit.
Yeah, maybe 90s. It's one of those things like Anthony Mackie did an amazing job. And I 100% think that he could carry a movie based on the Falcon itself. Like he can carry it. He has enough, his character has enough emotional content and respect for the Captain America character that he wants to carry that torch. Yep. That doesn't mean he needs to be renamed. Like you could just fucking, why don't they just buy the rights? They literally bought the likeness to Stan Lee to turn him into a fucking meat puppet. And you're gonna tell me they can't go to fucking Smash Brothers and buy the rights to use Captain Falcon or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I don't know. It's weird.
No, I mean I agree with you, bro. Because like honestly, like I didn't finish What If season 2. Obviously, that's how shitty it was or whatever.
Yep.
But I remember you telling me that fucking Carter came in fucking hot and heavy with all the fucking different shit.
Yep.
So they're gonna
Absolutely,
go that
100%.
if they're gonna go that route, bro, and make it live action to that shit, that's gonna be kind of shit. Because that's what happened in fucking Secret Invasion. Remember that bitch got all the powers and shit?
Mhm.
It was just
Yep,
kind
yep,
of
yep.
counterproductive. Like what the fuck, you know? Like
Yeah, they're this is kind of like the biggest problem with Marvel to me is that they keep writing themselves into really bad holes because they keep thinking that they're better than the original stories. So they're like, nah, dude, we can do whatever we want. We don't need to read the comics. Like, what do they got? And it's like, well, they have a fucking map. It's a whole map to how it begins and 100 and something comic books to where it fucking ends. You know what I mean? It's all laid out. So you can't fuck it up. It's like if I gave you a treasure map, you know, and you had a little red X and the little dots, and you were like, "Nah, fuck all those dots. I'm gonna go wherever I want," and you never find the treasure. It's just what it is. So I don't know. Yeah, the big thing is the early viewings for Captain America, the one that's gonna be coming out, New World Order or whatever they call it, or I don't even give a shit anymore. But apparently, it got really bad ratings. A lot of people were not really happy with the way that they were handling, like, you know, the way the script wrote and all this other stuff. And so with the with the Marvel universe and the multiverse and all that shit happening, they are going to do a test where they bring in Peggy Carter, and she ends up being like, "Is there a Captain America here?" And it's going to be like, "Yes, but it's a hard thing to do." And then she's going to be like, "Well, not for me," or whatever. And
or
that's what it is.
step aside, boys.
Yeah, please. And then not only that, there are rumors and stuff that Chris Evans has already signed his contract to come back to.
Bro, fucking, I'm a Chris Evans fan, bro, all the way.
Yeah, I think so too. And when he was all like, "I'm done. This sucks. I'm moving out. I'm going on to bigger, better things." In my mind, I was like, "Bro, there's nothing left for you. Like, you're a one trick pony, bud."
You'll be back, bitch.
Yeah, he's gonna be back. You're on. I mean, it's the biggest studio franchise and IP out on the market. This is where you should be aiming. Like right now, if Disney called any actor, you know, all of them to be like, "Well, give me that Disney money." You know what I mean? Make it happen, and you know you'll get it. You know you'll get it.
Yeah.
So I don't know where, but yeah, I get it.
No, bro, you ain't wrong, bro. But what about Fallout, bro? I'm barely about to finish Fallout, bro. Did you finish it, right?
Yeah, I finished it.
Dude, this shit.
I
Ash is
thought it was really
irritating
good.
me, bro. It's
I thought overall it was really good.
second to last episode, bro. I'm almost done.
Nice.
But
I
so
think you're
far,
gonna enjoy
it's
it.
good.
I think you're gonna enjoy the ending. The landing, they hit it to me. It was really good. I don't really think it's better than Last of Us, though.
Yeah.
I really do not think that. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, "Yeah, it's better than Last of Us." I don't think so. I think Last of Us, as a production, as a piece, like as a film, was like masterful, dude.
I think it was good storytelling, bro. For the
Yeah,
last one. I think it's just perfect storytelling, bro.
You know what's real crazy though? Do you remember when we were younger? And this is like a long time ago because we're old motherfuckers, right?
Yeah, facts.
That it was like a curse. Like you just couldn't do live action of any of this stuff because it was just trash, 100%.
Fucking Street Fighter.
Do you remember Double Dragon?
Oh, Double Dragon. Actually,
yeah, I like that movie. I like
that was a good movie though, but still,
yeah.
TMNT was the closest, bro.
Yeah,
like TMNT was the closest one that kind of like brought
that one was good, man. You know what? Like I tell people all the time, like when I think of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, the original one, I always remember Leonardo.
Go Ninja, go.
Yeah, I always remember. No, I always remember when they're in that like abandoned house, and I think who is it? Raphael's all fucked up, and Leonardo's kind of just like sleeping or some shit. God, that broke my fucking heart when I was a kid, dude. Like seeing Leonardo all like bummed out, and then Raphael crying later because they all like, you know, Splinter's gone or whatever the fuck. Like there was parts of that movie that just like it just stuck with me. It was so good, so fucking good.
Hey, bro, the worst part is when our kids and those youngins are having their podcast, bro, and they're shitting all the shitty Marvel movies that we just watched.
Yeah,
they're gonna be like, "These motherfuckers thought that shit was good back then." No, we didn't. No, we fucking didn't.
And that's the thing that's always going through my head, right? Which is the Spider-Man Tobey Maguire movies.
Jeez.
Like right now, everyone is like, "Yo, those are the best." And I remember when I was young, I was like, these are the best. But there was like maybe 10 years after that where I was like, when the Marvel series, like the Iron Man and Captain America, like the first parts of the phases came out, and I was like, man, all of those movies sucked back in the day. We finally got it. We finally got it. There was a moment where we just like, it was
Fucking
perfect. Yeah, it
hit.
was
And
fucking
then what?
perfect.
Assemble? Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
man, dude, like, and then of course, like, we all know like Phase Four like really dropped the ball, and I think everybody's mentality went back to like really being like, man, we had it good, dude.
Yeah.
We had it real good for a moment, and we just like we dropped the guard and let a
Good
bunch of fucking,
movies.
yeah, we literally, and the problem was, and I have it literally on the sticker of the podcast, is a bunch of posers took over. A
100%.
bunch of posers because they saw the potential of it making them money, and they thought they were bigger than it, and these posers took over. Like that's why, back in the day, like in the punk scene, punks beat the fuck out of posers because they just ruin everything.
Mhm.
You know what it is? It's crazy, man. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it
The
is.
thing is, bro, it could only go up from here, kind of.
Yeah, because you can't go any fucking lower, I hope.
If it goes any lower, fuck.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I don't think we can because we're getting Zack Snyder movies that are all him writing and not just him producing or directing. Like he's good as a visions person, but when he writes stories, they're real bad. And Rebel Moon 2 just dropped like a couple of weeks ago. And I was really excited because Rebel Moon 1 was like, it was a pretty good miss. It was like, when your dad takes you out with the BB gun and you shoot the can, but you shoot the cat instead.
Jesus.
Like it was one of those where you had the gun and you were holding it the correct way, but you're gonna take your eye out or whatever.
You're gonna shoot your eye out, kid.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad you got the reference. That's what Rebel Moon 1 was. Rebel Moon 2 is when it actually takes your eye out. Like that's when it actually fucking bounces back and it takes your eye out and you're blind. Like Rebel 2, like just like fuck, man. So many people just like beat the shit out of that movie. Like, what do you do? Let me ask you, because Zack Snyder still has to release the third and final film to Rebel Moon. What do you do when the entire world is like, your movie sucks? Like, and you're barely on part two. You know what I mean? Like, part one, there was already shit on it, but they were like, I guess, like, we got two up. So if we get a second one and it at least saves it, like, maybe it works. But it does not. It just does not. What do you do, man?
You
What do you
fucking
do?
triple down, bro.
Stand on business.
That's
You release that bitch, special edition, all no cuts, not even edited,
They'd
and you're
be
just like, well, fuck you all, dude.
and I got the steel book too,
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
get that shit. $500, baby. Like, oh no, man. There's a part of me, and I'm not even gonna lie. Like, we did it on the podcast, and I was like, I really hope he does good with part two. Like, I really do, because there's not a lot of people fighting Star Wars. There's not a lot of other studios out there that are like, you know what, I'm gonna make a story to fucking fight Star Wars.
Yeah.
And he took a chance, and man, but that chance, it was a complete fucking failure. But like, still, I mean, he went out there, did something. I can at least commemorate him on being original, I guess.
Hey, bro.
So
Sometimes, even when you lose, you win.
yeah, that's the way I see it. So, um, yeah, but the Fallout series is good. I think, man, Amazon is constantly putting out bangers, man.
Fucking Roadhouse.
Yeah. Oh, did you see Roadhouse or no? I didn't get to watch
Bro,
it.
you didn't watch Roadhouse? The
Fuck
Conor McGregor
no,
one?
man. Conor
Bro,
McGregor's acting in it. Why would I watch that
bro,
shit?
it is the best, worst movie I've ever loved, bro. Like,
That's a good way to put it. I kind of
like,
feel like the director was just like Connor would walk on set and he'd be like, all right, everybody, you're going to act around Conor McGregor. We're just going to give him a bunch of Coke.
yeah, bro,
He's
straight up.
just going to give him a bunch of Coke and just let him do his own thing.
They
And
should
then,
just
yeah,
not
Jake
call it
Gyllenhaal
Roadhouse.
just had to adapt to him.
Yeah. It was good, bro. You gotta watch. You haven't seen it for real?
Fuck no, man. I had no desire to watch it, dude. If I wanted to watch Conor McGregor act, I'd just watch him fight, dude.
Oh,
I just watch his whole interviews and shit. That's all I would do.
you gotta watch it, bro. It's the best, like, 2 hours of your life, bro. Not the best, but
I was gonna say I can't get that 2 hours back if I sit down and watch it.
it could be worse, bro. You can watch fucking Rebel, bro. Ryan Garcia's
Yeah,
crap.
no, I didn't even see Rebel Room 2, man. I didn't watch Rebel Room 2. Hell no, man. I didn't watch that shit.
So,
Ryan Garcia. Man, that Ryan Garcia shit's crazy too, man.
hey,
The
bro.
world is a real nutty place right now, man.
People just be acting
They're
the
just
fool, bro.
fucking acting the fool, man.
Why can't we go back to the Friday movies, bro? Fuck.
I don't know, man. That Ryan Garcia shit's crazy. So like now it was they popped him for some PEDs, right?
Yep.
And now he's out there making videos with two random ass motherfuckers in the background just standing there agreeing with him. Who the fuck are those two? Like, some fucking kid's gonna be like, "Oh, that's this streamer. That's so cool." And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Why the fuck is he part of the, like talking about the commission and them busting him for drugs? Like, I mean, is it does it surprise you that there's drugs in his system? I mean, the motherfucker walked on stage drinking beer. He was all coked up in all his videos. Like,
It was apple juice and water.
you know what's even funnier than that? Like, I remember talking to people about how it's like, no, that motherfucker missed weight. And people are like, nah, man, he just didn't want to be tired. And I'm like, no, that bitch lost, like he was out there cutting weight. There's a video of these girls that took of him, and he was out in front of the hotel room doing exercises, sweating, like he was motherfucking sweating. And that's a motherfucker trying to cut weight to make weight. So that bitch missed weight. He missed weight like a stupid ass.
Yeah.
And the thing is like a lot of people like they'll be like, nah, well, fuck that. And it's like, well, that's because you're not a part of the game.
Yep.
You don't do this shit in real life. You can talk from the couch all you want. If he agreed to contract and said he was gonna make weight, bitch, you show up on weight. Because Haney's gonna have every opportunity to be like, well, fuck this guy. He's not professional.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Because if he fought anybody and missed weight, any motherfucker will call him out for not missing weight. That's a whole ass other strategy. It's a whole ass other part of the game. But now he's busted with steroids. And he's like, oh, it's because I hang out with Trump. I'm like, bitch, they didn't. That's not what this is about.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, that's like Canelo, dude. Like when Canelo got busted and he's like, no, it's because I ate meat. That's not the way steroids work.
Yeah,
that is not the way these tests work. So, hey, not only that, are you going to watch the Canelo fight or what?
Bro, I mean, if it's on and I'm there, I'll watch it. I don't go like specifically to watch fights, bro. It's not my thing.
Nah.
Like
I might
maybe
check
when McGregor comes back, bro, I might make time for that. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh shit, McGregor fan or what?
Yeah,
Roadhouse?
I love shit talking, bro. It's like my favorite thing in the world.
Are you a Diaz fan or no?
Next to delivering, huh?
Are you a Diaz fan?
Nah, bro, I'm a fucking. I mean, yeah, I'm a Diaz fan, bro.
Yeah, everybody's a Diaz fan, dude. Everyone's a Diaz fan.
Stockton, motherfucker.
Yeah, Stockton, man. Stockton, that's fucking fantastic. But no, I haven't seen Roadhouse, but like I said, Amazon's been putting out bangers for a while, so I might check it out. Now that you're telling me, kind of saying like it's just a bad good movie, right?
Yeah, it's just I love the fucking banter, bro. Like when they're talking shit when they're fighting, because I always pictured when I'm getting my ass kicked or
you're doing that, the Spider-Man F's.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna be fucking talking shit, bro.
Like, that's the thing. I think I saw like I saw it in the trailer where they're like fighting on a boat, like in a life raft or some shit. Yeah. And Connor goes, "What do you think, man? It's our own cage or whatever." And he's like, "This is not even an octagon. Like, it's not even the right shape. Who taught you shapes?" Yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, bro, this is like those old 90 fucking action movies. Like, it really is. It really is, with all the weird like back and front talking and like just what it is, dude.
Great, but well placed, bro.
The fucking what is it? My favorite line in Starship Troopers is like, Clandatu's so covered in bugs, you'd need a crazy pilot. And he says something, he goes, well, I hope you have a crazy pilot. And he just walks away, and you're like, that's what he said. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, there was just always like corny banter. Yeah, like you said, corny banter. So yeah, maybe I'll check it out just to hear the stupidness. There's that one part that everybody memed where he's like walking in all weird, and he's like, where the fuck is everybody? And I was like, God damn it. God damn it. But yeah, I'll definitely check it out. But going back, the Fallout series to me lands the ending fairly well, keeps you compelled, keeps you understanding that there is stuff that's going to be happening that's going on more. Kind of makes you wonder where they're going to take the next part of the series. But to me, all the characters are really charming. They all bring their own they all bring their own seriousness to the story, which makes it fantastic. Fallout itself as a video game did an update knowing that there was going to be a fuckload of people coming back to the game. So exciting times, man. Exciting times. Not like Warhammer.
It's free too, bro. I think you have Amazon Prime. You get Fallout 76 for free.
Yo, that's a good. 76 is fun. Yeah. 76 is really fun.
I think you get 76 or Fallout 1. I can't remember. I think it's 76 though.
I hope it's not 1. 1 sucks. Yeah, but Vegas was a good one too. Fallout 4 was good. 76 was good. But yeah.
Fucking Julian's
Are
like,
you are you caught up with the stuff with Warhammer?
I'm rapidly talking that.
Are you listening to it? Do you know about it or no?
Nothing,
No,
bro.
Warhammer's
Yeah,
so interesting, right? Because like to be a fan of Warhammer, you got to be like a that's like a whole level of nerd that it's really hard to explain. Like you got to be about it. Like those guys, like you got to be dedicated to not showering once or twice a week, kind of guy.
shit,
You know what I mean? Like
done. No, I'm just kidding.
done, baby.
I'm
um,
halfway there. Shit.
yeah, they're getting into this situation right now with Warhammer that deals with a lot of like the diversity stuff. There, you know, it's always been like a big like dude kind of game, and there's this one classification of character that's in it that's called um the custodians, like the custodian knights or some shit. They're like the knights that are under the emperor of mankind, which is like this dude that was born practically a god. He like just rules humans, right? And everybody just worships this motherfucker. Like if you're not about him, like you're not about us, you know what I mean? And the whole world's about it. But apparently, like there was never female custodians, like custodials or whatever they call them. Like there was never any. Now they're trying to claim that there was, and they're trying to add females to the group. Like there were some female characters, which was like the angels or the Chris. I don't know. Like it's really fucking the lore is ginormous. If you're a lore bitch, like that's where you need to be. Like if you're about like the Halo lore, the fucking Gears of War lore, or like myself, like I'm really big on the Black Ops Zombies lore or the Five Nights at Freddy's lore. Like if you're like that, like that's just like people who smoke weed and they don't do like crack or whatever. Like it's the gateway drug because the fucking full on drug is Warhammer 40,000, Warcraft, League of Legends, like those fucking huge things that, you know, motherfuckers buy the little minis and they spend thousands of dollars. That shit's like, it's wild how big that shit is. But the reason why a lot of people are talking about it is because of course we all know that the god of nerds, the king of nerds, the emperor himself, Henry Cavill, is a giant Warhammer fan. Huge Warhammer fan. There's interviews with him after he's done several films where they're like, yo, tell us what you like to do. And he's like, well, I fucking play Warhammer. And then he admits that his favorite race is the custodians, right? There is theory that the reason why that they are going after this IP is because Amazon is making the series and they're working alongside Henry Cavill. And we all know that when they were doing The Witcher, you know, and they tried to get rid of Henry Cavill because he was being a stickler for the actual like series and being like really strict to it, like the source material, right? That he was being a stickler for it. He would kind of, you know, tell the director, hey, that's not right. They don't do that in the books. And the guy was like, fuck you, Henry Cavill. They'd be like, that's the
what,
funniest.
motherfucker?
Yeah, that's funny as shit. I'm going to put that on a shirt. Fuck you, Henry Cavill. That's funny. I love the guy. No, fuck you. I love him. That the reason why they're doing it is because when he did that, of course, when he tried to overstep that and try to step up and tell them they're wrong, they instantly tried to get rid of him and they fired him and they tried to tell him that he would over sexualize women or like they tried to bury him. They tried to cancel culture his ass, right? So since they couldn't do that with him, and then fucking, of course, you saw how the culture, the nerd culture itself, stuck with Henry Cavill through the whole fall. Like The Witcher, when it came back, like no one watched it. It just fell apart completely. They released a new series and everyone was like, fuck that series. You hate Henry Cavill, we hate you. You know what I mean? Like, no chance, bitch. That the reason that a lot of those people that worked with that company that didn't like Henry Cavill and wanted to bury him are now going after and are injecting themselves into the Warhammer before it becomes a live action series. So that's why it's kind of like big in the news right now. It's super crazy. I didn't know if you were caught up on it or whatever, but I was going to ask you, like, what do you think about it? Like,
shit, that's gonna be something I'm gonna get ready for the next podcast, bro, for sure.
for me, it was one of those things. Like, I was like, bro, like, why are these people talking about Warhammer when it's been around since like the 80s and they don't know shit about Warhammer? None of these motherfuckers were talking about Warhammer when no one was caring about it. When it was, you know, I mean, you're a guy who deals with like the collection series. You're pretty familiar with how grandeur Warhammer is. None of these fucking people were talking about it.
I barely
None of
knew
them,
about the figures, bro. Fuck.
yeah, but none of those people. Like, can you imagine like how long it's been around, and it's made millions of dollars, billions of dollars, even. And then for them to get a movie, and now these people are like, "Woe is me." Well, what about my opinion? And it's like, bitch, where was your opinion 12 years ago? Where was your opinion 10 years ago? Like, you're not invested in it. You just want it now because it's about to pop off. Posers, bro.
Posers, bro. Fuck 'em.
Posers everywhere. I keep telling you, man. That's the greatest word on the planet. Yeah.
We gotta
Fucking
have that.
Warhammer.
We gotta have that poser podcast, bro. Shit.
I love you, Henry Cavill, if you're watching this.
Hey, bro.
He's watching this.
So we'll wrap it up here, bro. So besides on my lovely podcast, which by the way, guys, we had Mark and Dale that were supposed to come. Dale, I guess, couldn't make it. Mark had a family emergency, but Chris came in clutch. So thank you, Chris.
That's what I do, man.
I appreciate
No,
your
Miguel,
work.
you're not a poser for life. You're the man, the myth, the legend, Miguel Garza. You're awesome, brother.
Miguel's legit, bro. Hey, Chris, so where can they catch you? They want to get more of your awesome lore and stuff.
So I run a podcast where I go in deep dives and talk mad shit for hours on Sunday nights, starting at 8 p.m. till the cows come home. We get on there, and sometimes I go on oblivious rants on things that just make me upset, and people or individuals that make me upset. I just sometimes I rattle on, man. I'm super sorry, but I run a podcast called The Average Boys with a D, Average Boys. We get together every Sunday night. David's a part of it. He comes in too every now and then. Nico is one of the new members of the team. You know, we got fucking Brian Davis. We got Trigger. You know, Michael Betancourt, wherever the fuck he went. We got, I mean, there's so many people that come in and they support our show, and they've always been great people. Like even Carlos Ferro has been on our show, who is the second person in Gears of War. He's Dom. You know, he plays Dom in Gears of War. He's jumped on the show and he's like, "You guys are fucking cool, man. I want to be an average boy." And it's just what it is. Mark's been on the show. Dell's been on the show. I try to get all these guys that are local. What is it? The fucking loner boys, right? The loners. The Freddie Honda, we got him on the show once. Popular loner. Yeah, just a bunch of people jumped on the show with me before, and you know, we try our best just to showcase the nerd culture in the valley and bring in all the heavy hitters. Ramsey, the man, the myth, the legend himself. You know what I mean? Like, we try our best just to showcase as many people in the nerd culture, and you know, we come in, we give our honest opinion on what it is. What we think we can make it better, not in the sense of just trying to hate on stuff like a lot of people we've seen online, but more in the sense of because we know they could do better, and we want to hold them, like I've said a million times, accountable, and just to get them to understand. Miguel says free comic book day tomorrow. Do not forget, fellas. Buddy, I haven't collected a comic book in like a million years. Yeah, they're free tomorrow though. I'll go find and get one. Hopefully I get a fucking House of X one or Sword of X or whatever, and try to understand what's going on with fucking X-Men 97 or whatever. But yeah, you can catch our podcast every Sunday night, 8 p.m. when you guys are kind of, you know, winding down, getting ready for the next work week. Just creating a nice space for you guys to join and talk nerd, talk shop. So, like I said, the Average Boys Podcast, you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts. Fuck, first, you're going to find us live on Facebook and on YouTube and shit. So don't forget, if you want to jump in, just like the way you are right now with my boy David, like jump in Sunday nights. David will probably be there.
100%, bro. Well, I appreciate you helping me out, Chris. Make sure you guys check it out. I got my podcast Friday at 8. Chris's podcast Sunday at 8, guys. So besides that, guys,
this is where you guys need to be Friday nights, man. We used to do Friday nights. We're not doing it. We're doing Sundays, but like this is where you need to be, because this is like the start of it, man. Once the weekend happens, it's like David comes on and brings one of us crazy motherfuckers on, and we talk mad shit about nerd stuff. And then Sunday we end the week talking mad shit about nerd stuff. It's just what it is. It's a bunch of angry nerds, dude. It's a bunch 100%. Of angry nerds. Yep.
Very true. Alrighty, guys. Well, besides that, guys, we'll cut it short, guys. You guys have a wonderful night, guys. See ya.
Peace.
Later.